too. And I'll tell you one thing, when I go out, I promise you my bill is never $80. If I go out, my bill is at least a couple of $1,000s. So,
Hell yeah,
I
dude.
ain't fucking, I ain't racking up an $80 bill. Are you
Hell yeah,
fucking out
dude.
of your $80? $80 is fucking like one drink.
Yo, what's up, everybody? It's Pete Manzanelli here from Poker Tubes, and today I am joined by a truly controversial guest. I know him personally as like my pool boy. You might know him as the Hash Brown King. Salomon Ponte. Welcome to the show, bro.
What's up, buddy? It's honestly, bro, it's been a pleasure cleaning your pool, man. I wouldn't have, cleaning your pool to me is like, it's like the nuts, bro. Like, I love it. Please don't ever fire me. I know I've been absent, but I've had some money lately. But as soon as it runs out, bro, I'll be right back out there cleaning your pool all day. I promise you. Okay?
Definitely, and that's like kind of why I wanted to, have me on my show is because like I know you went broke, but you've always been like so good to me, and so I kind of wanted to just toss you a lifeline, like a preserver, if you will, and do like a make a wish kind of for the Hash Brown King. So I just want to say welcome, and I'm glad you could do it, and we have like a long history, so it's gonna be good to talk today.
Thank you. Listen. I don't know about broke. I'm Jewish. Jewish people don't really go broke unless you're Mike Matusow. But I don't know. We'll talk about it.
Yeah, no, sweet. Like, yeah, how's the watch selling business going these days?
Honestly, it's good. Like, I sold one watch. I still got the gold one, though, the bling bling. I still got the, my main watch. This one's not for sale yet. Times get really tough. I'll have to sell it, but for now, I'm good.
Actually,
I got
those
plenty of watches.
where are you broadcasting from right now?
Honestly, I'm at the sick fucking crib right now. I don't know if you guys can see it, but like I'm at the lounge. It's pretty nice. It runs like $4,000 a month in rent. Um, you know, I know. Like listen, I'm not. It's not like the $10,000 at Bellagio that I'm used to, but I don't have to fucking play blackjack 24/7 anymore to maintain that life. So pay $4,000 a month. Live pretty well too.
That's nice, dude. No, but like, what city are you in? L.A., Vegas?
Oh yeah, I'm in LA right now. I'm waiting. I've been here for almost 2 months trying to see if I get unbanned from the World Series. I'm jetting over there. But for now, I'm just chilling out of LA. I love LA. I'm considering just fucking buying a place out here and calling it a day. Fuck everywhere else.
Dude, what? Tell me what happened. How'd you get banned from World Series of Poker?
Well, that band was kind of ridiculous. Like so I was staying at Caesar's Palace, and it's actually really funny. Like I got banned one day, right, and then they kicked me out. They didn't give me a permanent ban, but they told me to leave. So I go spend like a few days at Bellagio. Bellagio's like comping the fuck out of me. Then I got a call from Caesar. Caesar's like, "Yo, we want you back, King. Like, what's up?" I'm like, I get back there. I spend another week living at Caesar's Palace, like everything calm, just chilling, doing my thing. And then I get into an argument over the bill with one of the receptionists or sorry front desk ladies, and she's like, "You got to pay your bill." I'm like, "Listen, I'm a fucking super high roller. I don't pay any bills. Just fucking call my host. He'll take care of it." And basically, she thought she was the boss. So I told her to go fuck herself, and I filmed the whole encounter. You can watch it on YouTube. And then I called them, like, "Why did I get banned?" And they're like, "You got banned because you were harassing the front desk lady." I'm like, "She's a fucking cunt. Like, she threatened me, so I fucking threatened her back, and then I got banned." That's literally the reason why I'm banned from Caesars and Rio and the World Series, because I fucking defended myself because some fucking bitch was trying to fucking talk shit to me. I blasted her.
Dude, man, it's just like I completely feel sorry for you because it's just like people don't when they come across like high rollers like us and they treat us like we're just these civilians. It's very disrespectful, and like you should be able to call like a woman anything you want if she like does you like that, you know?
Listen, I don't know about anything I want, but if she's gonna be rude to me, I'm gonna be rude to her back. I don't give a fuck whether you're, I don't know, whether you're a woman, whether you're a man, whether you're old, whether you're young. If you want respect, show me respect. That's it.
And speaking of like a lack of respect, dude, you were at this barbecue joint, dude. People weren't showing you respect there, dude. They're like wanted you to pay $75, and you're like, nah, dude, I don't pay $75.
This fucking place is a piece of shit. It's a piece of fucking shit.
Yeah, let's get one thing straight, okay? This was a UFC party. This scumbag Julian Lane, who's part of the UFC, he owes me a lot of money. And Misha Tate was there that night. She's one of the biggest people in the UFC. She's got like millions of followers. She was there too. And I'll tell you one thing. When I go out, I promise you my bill is never $80. If I go out, my bill is at least a couple $1,000s. So
Hell yeah,
I ain't fucking I ain't racking up an $80 bill. Are you
Hell yeah,
fucking
dude.
out of your $80? $80 is fucking like one drink. So it wasn't even my bill, and you can see they wrote an article. Julian Lane skips out of the bill. The guy ran away, and I got charged with a misdemeanor, and I have to pay a lawyer, a few $1,000s to get rid of it, which now it's pretty much taken care of. But it's all bullshit, man. Like $80 bill. You think I would fucking $80? What is $80? I would take $80 and whip my ass with $80. Like please.
Dude, I mean, you make at least $100 in one shift doing my pool, so like I know you can cover that bill.
Bro.
Yeah.
There you go, bro. At least on a good day when I'm cleaning lots of pools, I'm making lots of money. I don't only clean your pool, but I like cleaning your pool the most. But I make good money cleaning pools. So $80, that's bullshit.
Well, let's talk some poker here, dude, because you were on Poker Night in Americas here recently. I reviewed a hand for PokerTube, dude, where the boy Shaun Deeb stacked you up, dude. What's it like calling off your entire stack on national televisions?
Listen, I don't think anyone can consider Shaun Deeb a bull. The guy's a bitch. Let's get one thing straight. He talks shit about my family. He brought up family. I brought up his family, and I fucking murked him. But I'll tell you one thing. If I were Shaun Deeb, I would be trying to scrap me on national TV. I wouldn't give a fuck about nothing. For my family's honor, no one talks to my family that way. I'd fucking murder them. But Shaun Deeb, the bitch that he is, I don't even give a fuck. It doesn't matter. Even if I knew I was getting my ass beat, I would still fight for my family, even though I would get my ass beat. It's just a respect thing, and Shaun Deeb has no fucking balls, and he's a bitch. Calling off my stack, what? I called it, I lost what? I don't know how big that pot was. Maybe I don't fucking remember, $19,000. That's a small pot. You should have seen me on Live at the Bike. I lost $40,000 in like under 3 hours, and then I would go to play Baccarat, and in literally 5 minutes I have $50,000, and this is all on video. You can watch everything, so no one can say I'm lying. So a $19,000 pot, I don't give a fuck about. What? He stacked me, whatever. I had issues getting some money. I brought $25K. I fucking dumped most of it off before the game even started, and then I had to get more cash. So I don't know. Calling off my stack, I could give a fuck, bro.
So are you like how are you and Shaun these days? Are you guys getting like ice cream together and stuff? You guys kissed and made up or what?
Listen, like me and Shaun, we go for long walks on the beach. We make out. We do our thing. But he's still a bitch. Like at the end of the day, I think Shaun's a funny guy, and after all these walks on the beach, we decided that Shaun will always be a bitch. I will always be better than him at life. I have a better looking girlfriend. I don't know. I got more money than the guy does. The guy's a slob. He's ugly. Nobody likes him. He's slow rolls. We agreed that all this is true, and we continue to take these long walks on the beach. But we're good. It's all kosher.
Well, another guy that was at that table that you had a little something going on was my buddy Dougie Polk. You guys gonna play for $1 million, dude? Heads up for rolls or what?
Dougie Polk. That's another bitch. I took one walk on the beach with that guy, and then I got fed up with him. The guy calls me out, asks me to play for $1 million, and ever since Poker Night in America, I've been trying to reach this guy everywhere, and he hasn't answered even once. And the funny thing is, like Luke Schwartz told him too. He's like, I'll play you for rolls too. And what did Doug Polk say on his fucking on I think Joe Ingram's podcast or on his channel? I don't remember where it was. He's like, I'm not gonna play Luke Schwartz. I'm not gonna play high stacking. You wanna know why? Because he's a bitch.
Wait. Did you say you were having a hard time getting a hold of Dougie Polks?
Yeah, I have no idea where Dougie Polk is. You You see the missing sign where it's Tom Dwan? You should put Dougie Polk. Please contact the hashtag king right away.
Can I give you some suggestions for Doug Polk? His Twitch,
Yes.
his YouTube, his Snapchat, his Twitter,
Yes.
his Instagram, his
I've got him
LinkedIn,
everywhere.
his Pinterest, dude. I mean, this guy's everywhere, dude. How have you not found him?
Listen, it's not about me finding him. Listen, I've reached out to him, everywhere. His Instagram, he blocked me on Instagram. His Twitter, he blocked me on fucking Twitter. Trust me, I've reached out to him everywhere. It's not about me reaching him. It's about him just fucking ignoring me because he's a bitch. Put your money where your mouth is, bitch. Like, if he's gonna fucking tell me $1 million, let's play for $1 million.
Dude, I actually got an idea of how you could get in contact with him. Have you
I don't know, sorry?
No,
What do you think?
I was gonna say, like, he's giving away like 2% of his action in the World Series of Poker. Maybe you enter that contest. Maybe he accidentally draws your name out.
Listen, I promise you, if he draws my name out, he's gonna fucking rip it up and he's gonna say it's someone else. Listen, at the end of the day, me and Doug Polk, like, I think there was one time a while ago where me and Doug, we cleaned your pool together, and we had a beef there too. The guy doesn't put his money where his mouth is. I did a better job at cleaning your pool, and that's why you kept me and you fired him. So fuck.
I need to get Dougie Polk to edit my videos though, dude. He's become like quite the video master these days.
Yeah, but he's also become quite the bitch. So it is what it is. You got some good, you got some bad.
That's true. Let's go macro. Let's go big picture here. A lot of people, like, I just have to ask you, what's it like to be like so beloved in poker? It's just like everybody I talk to is just like, I love this dude. He's like great for the game. Like, how are you handling like all that praise and adulation?
Honestly, I'm honored. I have one rule though. When people come up to me, I tell them, no autographs. One thing I will not do, no autographs, because what people. I was signing autographs a bunch of times. People start selling it on, eBay and like Kijiji and Craigslist, all these spots. They were making tons of money off of me. I said, fuck it, enough is enough. You can come, you can love me, you can jerk off to me, whatever you want. You can come say hi, but no more autographs from the king.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. It's just like I'm on Twitter and everybody's asking the same question, like, is hashtag Kings good for poker? And everyone's just like, yes, yes, yes. And it's like, okay, we like get it, but like, where do you fall on this debate, dude? Is it hard to hear just people loving you over and over?
Listen, I'm flattered. I was never loved growing up. So like, I'm honored that there's so much love going around because of me, like, I'm getting everyone to love me, all these guys love me, like Shaun Deeb, Doug Polk, Daniel Negreanu, Dan Bilzerian, Will Kasu, Sam Abernathy, Ryan Feldman, all these people just love me, like, it's weird, like, if they weren't so busy blowing Shaun Deeb, they'd be blowing me all day.
That's true. Wait, but you mentioned something there, and we've had lots of long, like, personal talks as you as my pool boy, but you mentioned something you weren't loved, like, growing up. Like, is there something you'd like to open up and tell me, like, I can be here, I'll lend an ear, dude?
Listen, cleaning pools, all my life, I didn't have time to, really connect with people, so, but it's okay. Like, now I feel the love, so it's all good.
What I gotta ask you. So like you've been kicked off Twitter like a bunch of times. What's your social media strategy right now? It seems to be working out pretty well.
Yeah, listen, my social media strategy, just try to get kicked off out of everywhere. The new Twitter account is hashtag King1990. I've had that account for about 6 days now. I'm trying to get kicked off so badly. But it's crazy. It's the longest account I've had in like 4 months, and it's killing me. Usually my accounts last, a good like 10 minutes, and then I'm kicked off. But for some reason, it's been 6 days and no one's kicking me off. Hashtag King1990. It's weird.
Nice, dude. We'll be sure to plug that. Everybody follow him. You can follow him for like 3 minutes, and then like he'll be gone. But like the brightest stars, like Brian Bright, and then they burn away.
Yeah, it happens.
So you can't play any events at the World Series of Poker, dude. That's such a bummer.
Well, listen, I reached out to, Mitch Garber. I spoke to him. He gave me an email of someone. He said, mention my name. He'll get me unbanned. Haven't heard back. The issue is I'm not in Canada, and, when I go to obviously play and I give my player's card, my address is a Canadian address. And so I don't know. Maybe I'm already unbanned, and maybe I could be playing. I don't know it, so who knows. But, I've reached out to, like, Jack Effel. I've reached out to, Doyle Brunson. I speak to Todd Brunson and Matt Glantz and, Mike Dentale and Eric Wasserson and all these guys on a daily basis, and Robert Mizrahi. and they're all working hard to get me unbanned. But we'll see. We'll see. Hopefully I can get unbanned for the main event, and I can go win a main event, and that's it.
Yeah, dude, that was definitely like a lot of names you just said. That's cool. Like I'd like to make an investment in you. Like I've always like thought of you as like my protege. Like I had my slogan, like get paid, get laid, and then you had your slogan. What is it again for everybody?
Which one? I got many slogans.
The Poppin'
Which
Bottles.
one are you referring to?
Poppin' Bottles. Dude.
Oh, so it's Poppin' Bottles, fucking model.
Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah, love it, dude. That's just like something you came up with in the lab, dude, when you were working with me. But I want to make an investment with you, dude. Like I'm willing to like stake you because I just like trust your like poker and business acumen. Tell me if I were to stake you, like what's next for the #King? Like what's your goal? Like how are you going to give me a return on my investment?
Honestly, like people have been giving me so much money these days. I've been charging markups of like 5 to 10 times. For like a buy-in. I go and I'm asking. I try to play a $10,000 event. People give me $50,000, and they only get like a small percentage of the buy-in. I've been getting so much money these days. My strategy, just keep taking people's money, and that's it. Making money, popping bottles, fucking model.
Hell yeah, dude. No, how about this? Like, how much money are you worth right now? How much money do you got?
I'm worth about 7 watches at the moment.
7 watches, excellent, dude. I'm worth about 6 watches, is what I have right now. But no,
you're catching up, bro. Oh shit, I got competition over here.
That's right, dude. That's right. No, but you're not comfortable saying how much you're worth, dude.
Well, listen, 7 watches. You got some presidential Rolexes, some Breitling zings. I got the shebang. A decent amount. 7 watches worth.
All right, so it seems like you're done with Deebs. He's a bitch boy. You're done with Polks. He's a bitch boy. Like, who's public enemy number 1 for you now? Who are you going to take down, dude? Who are you going to speak the truth to?
I got beef. There'll always be bitches, but I enjoy the long walks on the beach I had with Deeb and Polk. Next on my list we got, the crazy Mike Matusow. I love the guy, but he's out of his fucking mind. He went on live at the bike on, Ryan Feldman's new bird show called Chop It Up, talked a lot of shit about me. Literally, he forgot to take his meds that day, like, went off the wall. I think he almost got arrested that night. I don't know, talked bear shit. So fuck him. He's a good guy, but fuck him. He talks shit. Who else am I going after? Dan Bilzerian and Daniel Negreanu. You both a bunch of birds. They're all bitches.
That's right, dude.
I don't know.
I'm kind of tight with Danny Bilzerian, so that's like hard for me to hear. Like 2 of my proteges kind of beefing, but like I understand it. You guys are all kind of like fighting for the Manz's attention, so I get it.
Listen, we're all fighting for that, for that pool boy spot. Everyone's been fighting for the pool boy spot, and I got it locked up right now. Dan Bilzerian, he's hating because I got the pool boy spot, but, fuck him. He watches my Instagram accounts, also ignores me like Doug Polk. They're all ignoring it. It is what it is.
So I do have to ask, because I do ask everybody on my show, and you saw the sign. Have you seen my dear friend Tommy Dwan's anymore? As you know, I'm trying to locate him. Do you have any tips for me?
Honestly, like, I thought he was dead. Like, I thought he was dead. Didn't the triads kill him or something?
Wait, dude, did you just tell me you think Tommy Dwan's is dead? This is like news to me.
Bro, like, that's the talk on the town, The talk around the pool boys is that he's dead.
I'm gonna need some. I'm sorry, dude. Like, you just dropped a bomb on me.
Bro, I'm sorry to, I thought you knew, man. I thought you knew.
Dude, I'm gonna have to look quick, dude. So, like, do your plugs, dude, and then I need to make some calls and I need to poke around, because if this is true, my whole world just got shattered. So, like, plug everything you need to plug, and then we can be done, dude.
Bro, I'm sorry, man. You guys, Dan Bilzerian, you're a bitch. Follow me, Instagram, #KingCA1. Follow me on Twitter, #King1990. Follow me on Facebook, #King. Go to my website, #King.ca. Buy some clothes. You already know what's up. Tommy Dwan, rest in peace, my man. Manz. I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry. I thought you knew, bro. I thought you knew.
Sorry, dude. Everybody, I hate to end the podcast on that note. Thank you to the Pool Boy King from coming on. Get paid, get laid. I need to go check in on my dear friend Tommy Dwan's.
Peace out.